Eastern religions, including Sikhism, Taoism, Buddhism, Zoroastrianism, and Hinduism, are historically associated with the Eastern Hemisphere. These religions are often polytheistic, which means they believe in or worship more than one god. Zoroastrianism, a monotheistic religion founded in the 6th century by the prophet Zoroaster, focuses around the worship of a single god, Ahura Mazda. Sometime between 1500 and 1000 BCE, the ancient Persian prophet Zoroaster received revelation from the god Ahura Mazda, stating that he was the one true God and that the purpose of life was to choose a side between the forces of good and evil. Zoroastrianism is one of the oldest monotheistic faiths in history, having a significant influence on the three largest monotheistic faiths of Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. In Zoroastrianism, the only true God is Ahura Mazda, the representation of goodness, light, and truth. He is in conflict with the evil spirit Engra Menu, the representation of evil, darkness, and deceit. Engra Menu's goal is to tempt humans away from Ahura Mazda. In Zoroastrianism, humans have free will and must make an important choice in life. If they choose to follow Ahura Mazda, they follow the righteous path of Asha, practicing good thoughts, good words, and good deeds, and will spend their afterlife in paradise. If they are tempted by his rival, Engra Menu, they follow the path of Druj, living a life of deceit, and will spend their afterlife in isolated torment until they are freed by the coming Messiah at the end of the time.
Let's now go to the world's oldest religion, Hinduism. This is, according to many scholars, with roots and costumes dating back more than 4,000 years. Because the religion has no specific founder, it's difficult to trace its origins and history. Hinduism is not only a religion but considered to be a collection of the religion, culture, and philosophy of ancient India. According to Hinduism, three gods rule the world: Brahma, the creator; Vishnu, the preserver that also incarnates himself in different forms at times of crisis; and Shiva, the destroyer. Hindus believe in the doctrines of samsara, the continuous cycle of life, death, and reincarnation; and karma, the universal law of cause and effect. One of the key thoughts of Hinduism is Atman, or the belief in soul. This philosophy holds that living creatures have a soul and they're all part of the Supreme Soul. The goal is that to achieve moksha, or salvation, which ends the cycle of rebirth to become part of the Absolute Soul. Hindus believe in karma, or intentional action. Most Hindus believe that God does not impose evil on people. They believe that much of the suffering they endure is a result of their own actions. Good actions have good effects, bad actions have bad effects. On the other hand, Hinduism and Buddhism have many similarities. Buddhism, in fact, arose out of Hinduism, and both believe in reincarnation, karma, and that a life of devotion and honor is a path to salvation and enlightenment. But some key differences exist between the two religions. Buddhism rejects the caste system of Hinduism and thus away with the rituals, the priesthood, and the gods that are integral to the Hindu's faith. Buddhism, one of the world's largest religion, and originated 2,500 years ago in India. Buddhists believe that human life is one of suffering and that meditation, spiritual, physical labor, and good behavior are the ways to achieve enlightenment or nirvana. Siddhartha Gautama was the first person to reach this state of enlightenment and was, and is still today, known as the Buddha. The Buddha's sermons and teachings pointed toward the true nature of the universe, what is known within Buddhism as the Dharma. This teaching includes the Four Noble Truths and the Eightfold Noble Path. In order to achieve these goals of Four Noble Truths by Arya Satya, the Buddha presented the Noble Eightfold Path. From this brief account of the Noble Eightfold Path, one may see that it is a way of life to be followed, practiced, and developed by each individual. It is self-discipline in body, word, and mind, self-development, and self-purification. In Buddhist understanding, good and evil are innate, inseparable aspects of life. This view makes it impossible to label a particular individual or group as good or evil. Every single human being is capable of acts of the most noble good or the basest evil. It implies that a lack of courage to confront evil acts or tendencies toward hatred and discrimination, both within ourselves and in society, they will spread unchecked as history shows. The evil over which we must triumph is the impulse toward hatred and destruction that resides in all of us. In addition, the process of acknowledging, confronting, and transforming our own fundamental darkness is the means by which we can strengthen the functioning of goods in our lives.
People's Sikhism was founded in the Punjab region of the Indian subcontinent in the 15th century. According to Sikh tradition, Sikhism was established by Guru Nanak and subsequently led by a succession of gurus. In the early 21st century, there were nearly 25 million Sikhs worldwide. A Sikh Gurdwara includes both the house of worship proper and its associated langar or communal refectory. All attending must enter with their heads covered and feet bare. Sikhs show their reverence by bowing their foreheads to the floor before the Adi Granth. There are three core tenets of Sikh religion: meditation upon and devotion to the Creator, truthful living, and service to humanity. Sikhs are meant to uphold the values of honesty, compassion, generosity, humility, integrity, service, and spirituality on a daily basis. Many splintered Sikh communities formed during the period between the death of Guru Har Krishan and the coronation of Guru Tegh Bahadur. Sikhism is just like any other religion that we have on earth, with varied teachings and beliefs. Evil is permitted as a test of character of humanity and the faithfulness of the victims of evil. Sikhism requires that godless evildoers are to be avoided. According to the teaching of Sikhism, suffering that is viewed as evil is not inflicted directly by God but is permitted by Him as a test of courage and faith of a believer. Suffering is appreciated for the good that it often brings out in humanity, like compassion. On the other hand, good actions, according to Sikhism, do lead to good karma.
Taoism. Taoism, also spelled Taoism, is a religion and a philosophy from ancient China that has influenced folk and national belief. Taoism has been connected to the philosopher Lao Tzu, who around 500 BCE wrote the main book of Taoism, the Tao Te Ching. Taoism holds that humans and animals should live in balance with the Tao or the universe. Taoists believe in spiritual immortality, where the spirit of the body joins the universe after death. Taoism teaches that all living creatures ought to live in a state of harmony with the universe and the energy found in it. Qi or Tzu is the energy present in and guiding everything in the universe. Taoists do not believe in this energy as a god, rather, there are gods as a part of Taoist belief, often introduced from the various cultures found in the region known now as China. These gods are part of the Tao, like all living things. One of the main ideas of Taoism is the belief in balancing forces, or yin and yang. These ideas represent matching pairs such as light and dark, hot and cold, action and inaction, which work together toward a universal whole. Taoism believes on good and evil, or that good flows with the way of Tao and empowers us to grow, while evil is something that acts as a resistance to the growth. Evil damages the flow from the Tao. The way to overcome evil is to follow Tao, to realize
Wu Wei, and life.
To conclude, these religions open stating that Eastern philosophies tend to be pantheistic, the view that God is the totality of the cosmos. While the general notion of pantheism may be easy enough to grasp, the devil is in the details, and the various Eastern philosophies wrestled with this concept in different ways.